You ever sit there waiting for someone to check in, to notice you're not okay, to care, even a little, but the silence stays? And eventually, you realize most people don't care. Not because they're cruel, but because they're consumed by their own lives, their own chaos. That truth? It hurts at first. It shakes the part of you that still hoped someone would see your struggle without you having to explain it. But the world rarely works that way. People don't see your silent battles. They don't feel the weight you carry, and expecting them to only leads to disappointment. This is the part where many break. But if you hold on, if you sit with the pain instead of running, you'll find something deeper on the other side. Power. Most people aren't heartless. They're just overwhelmed, buried under their own fears, doubts, and to-do lists. They're not ignoring you out of cruelty. They're just surviving. Everyone's battling something. Anxiety behind a smile, regret behind success, insecurity behind confidence. And when you realize this, you stop taking it personally. Their silence isn't rejection. Their absence isn't betrayal. It's just life. People aren't wired to carry your burden. They're barely carrying their own. And that's not weakness. It's just being human. When you accept that, you stop needing from others what they were never meant to give. And that's where clarity begins. That's where your peace starts to form. You know what's underrated? Being ignored, overlooked, invisible. No one's watching. No one's waiting for you to succeed. And at first that feels lonely. But then it becomes freeing. You don't have to impress anyone. You don't have to fake strength or hide weakness. You get to fail quietly, learn silently, and grow without pressure. There's power in the shadows, because while they're busy watching the loud ones, you're evolving, unnoticed, uninterrupted. In a world obsessed with attention, being invisible is a gift. It means you're not performing, you're becoming. And when you finally emerge, you won't be who they ignored. You'll be who they never saw coming. Real power? It doesn't come from applause. It doesn't come from followers, likes, or validation. It comes from within. The moment you stop chasing approval is the moment you start chasing truth. Because when no one believes in you and you still show up, still push, still grind in silence, that's not motivation. That's will. That's fire. You stop asking, do they see me? And start asking, am I better than I was yesterday? You don't need hype. You don't need a crowd. All you need is that quiet voice inside that says, keep going, we're not done yet. And when that voice becomes louder than every doubt around you, you become unstoppable. Stop chasing recognition. It's a trap. Applause is temporary. Fame is loud, but hollow. What lasts is mastery. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. You could struggle for years and no one will clap. But the day your work speaks loud enough, they'll pretend they always believed. So don't build for attention, build for legacy. Master your craft. Study when no one's watching. Practice when no one claps. Refine your skill until it's undeniable, because when you chase mastery, you don't just rise, you stay there. And by the time they notice you, you won't even need their recognition. You'll already know who you are. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. When no one's calling, when no one's checking in, that's not rejection. That's your window to focus. No distractions, no noise, just you and the work. This is the season where you sharpen, where you go all in, where you disappear on purpose to come back unrecognizable. While they scroll, you study. While they talk, you execute. While they party, you prepare. Because solitude isn't loneliness, it's preparation. And when the world finally looks your way, it won't recognize the quiet one who used to wait. It'll see someone forged in silence, someone who used the dark to build light. Don't resent the fact that most people don't care. Be grateful. They left you alone long enough to become something greater. No opinions to weigh you down, no expectations to box you in, just space, silence, and the freedom to rise on your own terms. You don't need the world to believe in you. You just need to believe deeper than their doubt. Build quietly, grow relentlessly, and when the time comes, let your results speak in a voice louder than all their silence. You were never meant to be understood. You were meant to become unforgettable. And if this hit something deep, if it reminded you of the fire you almost forgot, hit like, comment, and subscribe. Not for motivation, but for truth, for clarity, for the nights you refuse to give up.